I know something about this market. So, but good start, very good start. They ran out of energy after about a minute and a half, but great start. This is a minefield, and the only particular way to make money in this market is to appeal to a basic human nature or need. And unfortunately, I'm a racer, so my need is for speed. So I would say I'm not going to touch this thing. But if you could identify some way that there's an emotional bond to what the product would do, that'll give you the idea on how to sell it, how to reach people.
I like your problem statement. Not only was it the problem statement got me where I lived, you monetized it as well. So I had a sense of, we're talking real money, although you didn't multiply the numbers together, so I was kind of trying to do that in my head. But after that, there was no connection for quite a while, and it wasn't very strong, between the problem statement and your solution. You stated the problem, and I wanted to hear, and this is our solution, but it kind of drifted around for a while, and by the time you got to that, I wasn't sure. You kind of seemed to address half of it, and the other half of your problem statement was never addressed. So I'm not sure why you quoted all that stuff in the beginning. I'm still wondering how your problem statement gets addressed. But maybe there's a reason for that. Your go-to-market slide, you spoke to the material, but you didn't have a slide. So you needed a slide, missing that. I thought if there's a GPS in there, there's some privacy issues, and so you need to talk to that, especially in this country. United States, not so much, but here, Canadians are much stronger on that. If there's no competition, VCs often say there's no market. So if you're a market maker, you're the guy with the arrows in the back, you're probably going to die. The second person comes in the market is going to need to make money, so they're probably not going to invest in you. They're going to wait till you die and get the next guy. 4 years to break even, wow, that's a high risk. You have to find a way to move that forward, to reduce the risk. And I'm not sure, is this a retail solution? Is it an OEM solution? What's your distribution like? You say you're going to sell it.
It's a combination.
And you mentioned the insurance company, but okay, maybe there's a linkage here, but I didn't get that you had any connection. There's probably somebody that you could have really worked with there, because your business case didn't come forward.
Okay. We got a good thinking, Mike. That's really, really super. Poor Ray's up there. My God.
That's okay. I did that halfway through my presentation already. That's why everything went out of whack.
Dan?
I thought it was long-winded, and you're reading the slides, which I can read, so I'm not dumb. You kind of make me feel dumb. You also, I think you're giving up control too early. Like as an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur first and an investor second. And so first, I would advise to you more than anything is I wouldn't give up 55% of my company on my first, or even set that valuation. I'd negotiate that valuation after the fact. Right? I know that show Dragon's Den. They go up there and they set the valuation like the first 2 words out of their mouth, and I think that's retarded. That's TV, exactly. This isn't TV, sort of. The other thing is the speed, automatically adjusting the speed of my car. I think that's totally possible and would have been done by now if there's probably really good reasons not to. I assume it's a safety issue, but I don't know what. I mean, if it's totally possible, they would have done it if they could or if they should.
Definitely, we were wondering exactly the same thing too.
Reggie, when you think about that, you like speed. How fast does a 15-year-old young go?
I think maybe your value is perhaps if you can commoditize the approaching car in front of you, or the speed differential between 2 vehicles, whatever else. But then they would all have to have the tags, so you have to make sure it's on all the license plates. But that would be speed and don't care, because you get a beat when you're too close. And there's certainly more products out there.
So I actually know something about this market too. And actually, we do have competitors. There's actually a company here in town, officially they're based in California, but their entire development team is out in Yaletown. They do exactly this. And to answer your question, where's the market? Where's the emotional connection? It's parents fearing, the dreaded phone call at 2 o'clock in the morning. Come to the hospital or come to the morgue and identify your child's body.
How old is the company existed, if you don't
They are 3 or 4 years old. I can give you the details.
So you have it embedded in the L or the N, right?
In
The card with the sticker on the back?
no, this is an add-on product that plugs into the black box and connects up and downloads data. You can monitor your child's driving on the web. It's got GPS in it. On the whole, I thought your presentation was the best one. I've seen it over 3. I really liked your opening. I thought it was very, it really got my attention, except I would have liked you to expand beyond BC. So you laid out this very specific picture for BC, which I thought was great. It's very concrete. And if you could have just added one sentence like, imagine how much money there is to be made in the entire world. Something like that, so that I know that you're thinking bigger than just BC. I like that at the bottom you had the different things that we were working through, so I could keep a sense of what the presentation was about. The one thing I really didn't like is I'm still completely puzzled about why I need to stick this card in to do all this. I somehow, I know it's not supposed to be about the technology, but somehow I missed the connection between actually having to put my driver's license in and do all these things, because I know with just a GPS and a plug into the black box of the car, that's all I need. Right? So I'm kind of confused there. Maybe there's something extra there that I don't understand about that part.